Okay, this is lesson 2.5. You will need a note-taking guide from chapter 2, a calculator, and a writing utensil. Okay, the objective about this lesson is about group insurance or group health insurance. We're going to learn to calculate and a deduction for group insurance. So many times on your checks, if you're working a job and they provide health insurance, you will probably have to pay for part of it, and that will be another deduction that can come off of your paycheck. So group insurance is a federal, forgot this one's wrong. Group insurance, health insurance offered by many businesses to employees, paid, so that's spelled wrong, in part by the business and in part by the employee. So make sure you pause and write that down. So both Jack Myers and his employer pay a part of the cost of health insurance for Jack's family. His share of the cost is deducted from each paycheck. Jack pays 30% of the cost and his employer pays 70% of the cost. Many businesses offer group insurance plans for their employees. Group insurance costs less to purchase than individual insurance. Businesses often pay part of the insurance cost or premium, and the employee pays the remaining amount. So here are the formulas we're going to use, but we're going to kind of use them in a different way. So we're first going to look at an example, and then I will show you also another way to help us do this. Nadine McClure is a carpenter for Ozark Construction Company. She has family medical coverage through Ozark's group medical plan. The annual cost of Nadine's family membership is $9,800. The company pays 75% of the cost. How much does she have deducted by her bi-weekly paycheck for medical insurance? So find the percent the employee pays. So you're going to take that 100% of whatever they pay, subtract what the company pays, and how much the person has to pay. So they pay 25%. Okay. So in your calculator, I would just put 100, subtract 75, and you get 25. But then you can't percent that it's percent there, okay? So then the second step is you take that annual amount times 25%, again, or move the decimal 2 spots to the left is 2.5, and you get 2,450, okay? Then you're going to take that number, and again, you have to know those 4 numbers that are from back at, I think in the second lesson. Okay, so bi-weekly, again, is 26. Divide by 26, and you get $94.23. So this is, will help you, these 3 steps right here. So don't look at this or this. Here's the 3 steps. You find the percent the employee pays. Okay. Then you find the amount the employee pays. Okay. You multiply the annual amount times the employee's percent. So from what you get here, we'll go here. And then you divide that. So these 3 steps is what you're going to do. So let's look at 2 examples to have. Again, you must write down these examples on your sheet. Find the deduction per pay period. Check the answers in the back of the book. So it's going to give you a few things here. Here's your annual cost of insurance. Here's much the employee pays, and this is how many pay periods, monthly, right? So step number 1, find what percent I pay. So you take the 100, subtract the 70, and you end up with 30%. Then you are going to, step number 2, take that annual amount times the 30%, again, or move the decimal 2 spots, so it'd be 0.3, and you would get 1,971. Then for step number 3, you take that, divide by the number of pay periods you have, which is 12, and you get $164.25 is taken out of your monthly paychecks. So make sure you have this written down for number 1. You pause the video, do number 2, see if you can do it correctly before we work it. Number 2, first step, I take that 100%, subtract 80, and I get 20. I only paid 20%. That's a deal. Step number 1. Step number 2, I take the annual amount and I multiply it by how much I pay from step number 1. And again, then I would get 2,400. Then I take that amount and I divide by 52, the number of pay periods, and I'd get $46.15. That's how much is going to be taken out of every pay period. Okay, so again, do the practice. Once that is correct, then you move on to the mastery. You must write down these examples on your note-taking sheet so you have them for both the practice and for the mastery check.